Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a pack with me video for my upcoming trip to Antarctica. We are approaching this trip rather quickly, so I'm excited to share with you guys what I'll be bringing and the essentials that I'll need for both Antarctica as well as Argentina afterwards. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the trip to Antarctica is going to be a cruise. So we will be arriving in Ushuaia, Argentina, and from there we will get on a boat, travel for 2 days through the Drake's Passage, and then we will reach the Antarctic Peninsula where we will begin doing our daily adventures as well as research and different activities in the Antarctic. So there is lots of equipment that I'm going to need to bring in order to be prepared for this extensive month-long trip that I'll be doing. So let's jump right into it. Some of the first things that I'm going to be bringing are, of course, some really good hiking boots. These ones I love by Denali, and they have a good grippy bottom, so they're a very good boot for doing any hiking, especially when there's going to be a little bit of snow. These are for Ushuaia when we will be hiking the Patagonia. So they are not going to be used in Antarctica. Actually, the cruise line provides us with snow boots as well as a snow jacket, but I am choosing to bring my own snow jacket as well. Just one, to be extra prepared and have a second option. And also, I just wanted to look a bit cuter, and my snow jacket is a little bit more stylish to my liking. So I will be bringing that. The next thing that I wanted to go over is for Antarctica, you're going to need both a good amount of base layers and a good amount of mid layers, because you're going to find that there is very cold days as well as very warm days. It is the summer that we'll be going. December is the summer for Antarctica. So we need to be prepared with lots of options so that we can take off layers if it's too hot or add layers if it's too cold. So some base layers here that I have, I am bringing, it looks like around like 4 base layer pants. So what you're going to look for with base layers is they're going to be cotton or wool, usually like a good soft material that goes and keeps your inner layer warm. So if it has this reflective inside, this is usually made to keep warmth in. So that's what you're going to look for with your base layers. You want them to be quite tight because they're going to go under everything else that you're working with. So I have a few pairs of these reflective pants, as well as, oh, here's another pair of reflective pants. What's nice about this pair is it has the reflective inside, but also it has a matching shirt that goes with it. So you can get these matching sets. This one's by Burton, which is one of my favorite snow gear companies for like snowboarding and everything when I go. So this is a really good option here, like a set. This is going to go underneath everything. So it's going to be your very first layer that you wear. So it's really important that you pick the right stuff, because if it doesn't fit your body, it's not going to hold in heat as well. So that is a good thing to keep in mind. As well as for the tops, you want to make sure they also have that reflective material on the inside to keep the heat in. So I have a lot of good snow gear here that is very important before you go, because if you're going to be spending extensive amounts of time on the Antarctic land, you're going to want to be warm enough to where you don't need to go back to the boat, because there is no guarantee that you'll be able to go back to the boat. So this one is also reflective here, which is really nice. And then you also have this zipper here, so if you do get hot, you can always unzip it. So a lot of my snow gear is going to have zippers in certain areas where you can add warmth or take away warmth by unzipping it. So that is a good option to have. And then for mid layers, I have another 4 sets of mid layers for my top and 4 sets of mid layers for my bottom. So I wanted to go over what those look like with you guys. The mid layer here, so you're going to notice it's quite a bit thicker, right? And you're going to see the inside is no longer reflective. This is going to be like a normal cotton or pretty much any type of material. The only thing is it's going to be quite a lot thicker. So if you compare these two, I don't know if you can tell, but this one is quite a bit thinner. It's an inner layer, and then this one's a mid layer here. It also has a turtleneck. So this can be on its own by itself while you have the base layer underneath it. Or you can wear a mid layer on its own on a less cold day where you don't feel like you need a base layer, a mid layer, and a top layer. Or if it's a really hot day, you can just wear a base layer and then go ahead and put your snow gear on top. So there's going to be a lot of different temperatures throughout the trip, so it's good to have many options. As for your pants, some people may do leggings as their mid layer. I recommend a wool base. So these are wool, and when you have a wool base, it holds in heat a lot better. So you definitely are going to want a few wool bases. The only thing is you don't want wool as your base layer. You want wool as your mid layer so that it's not directly on your skin, because you can get a little bit itchy. From there, I am bringing this beanie as well as these 2 beanies, and I have a pink Carhartt beanie that I'll be bringing as well. And then we have these scarves and face covers. So this one is just a scarf. It'll go here, and I have a few of those just to make sure that I have enough. These ones are going to be a little bit thicker, so you can actually put these ones under the balaclavas, which I guess some would say maybe like a ski mask, but this part goes over your head and then this part goes over your mouth here. So it fully covers your face for really, really cold winter days. I have 3 of these. The reason why is because they are directly on your skin, so they will get sweaty. So you want to make sure that you're either washing these or bringing a good amount of them to stay prepared. The next thing that I am bringing is wool socks. These are really important. These are going to be for pretty much all day trekking on the Antarctic Peninsula. So I actually brought, I think, like 16 or 17 pairs of these, just because I don't know if I'll have the opportunity to wash them. I don't know what the laundry situation is going to look like on the cruise boat. So I figured it's better to be safe than sorry and just bring enough. As for the next item, I am bringing 3 different pairs of gloves. So these gloves are going to be your underneath gloves. As you can see, they're thin and you're able to touch your phone through them. So they're a good base layer glove. From there, if you're actually going out and trekking on the land for some of those days, these are going to be what I'll be bringing. And then I'll just have these underneath so that if I need to go on a device and I can't do it through these, I will just take these ones off and I'll have these under. And then I have these Spider gloves. Let me just say I love the brand Spider for snowboarding because they have really insulated and warm materials. So I definitely recommend Spider if you are going anywhere cold or snowboarding, anything like that. It's a very good brand. But I will have these Spider gloves for when I'm on the boat. It's going to be cold out on the deck, but I don't necessarily want to wear full snow gloves. So these will just be like, I guess you could call them mid-layer gloves that I'll be bringing. So I wanted to bring a good amount of mid layer, base layer, and top layer, as you can tell, because like I said, you're gonna have a lot of different temperatures throughout the trip. I'm gonna be out there for 2 weeks, so there's a lot of different options for what each day can look like. And because of that, I really do want to make sure that I have a ton of options. And that is going to be the biggest thing. Everything else, I feel like I'm just bringing like a pair of jeans that I can switch out, a couple pair of leggings, and then a lot of like dresses and dress wear for when we're on the boat eating dinner. It's semi-casual, so I wanted to be prepared with the cute outfits that I bring so that I'm not underdressed while conversing with people, having dinner, things like that. The next thing is I do have 2 scarves, but I think I'm going to try to get another one or maybe another 2, just because I don't think 2's enough for 2 whole weeks. The next thing is you want to just have like a good top layer sweater. This can be for inside on the boat, or it can also be for out on the deck on a warmer day. So you just want to like play it by ear depending on what the weather looks like. You might want something thicker than this going out on the deck, but it's good to just have one of these that you can wear either under or on top. Then I am also bringing like a petticoat, nice type of jacket. And this, I actually am bringing 2 of these, maybe 3, I haven't decided. Just like I said, you want to dress up for dinner on the boat. There are sometimes very professional people on board. A few years ago, I know that the Prime Minister of Canada was actually on the cruise with a lot of the students, so it's good to be prepared for any type of setting. So I'm bringing a good amount of dress wear for the time that I'm out there. So that is definitely something that I wanted to point out so that you guys can keep that in mind. The next, and I think most important for Antarctica, is you're going to want a good top layer. So like I said, the cruise line will be providing us with jackets, but guys, look at this jacket. I mean, the flowers, the red, the pink, it's so cute. I have to bring it for myself. You know, I might be the cutest one on the Antarctic continent with my adorable snow gear, but whatever. And then to match these cute little pink flowers, I have some insulated, and this is important because some snow pants are not insulated, they're for warmer days, but I have some insulated 2117 pants, and I love these for snowboarding, so I think they will be perfect for trekking the Antarctic Peninsula. So that's about all I have for gear. I'm not going to get into exact outfits that I'm bringing because that is a little bit more personal, you know, whatever you feel that your vibe is when you're going out to Antarctica, I think is important for you to bring. Personally, I brought a lot of dress wear for while I'm on the boat, and then for the days I'm trekking, I'm gonna mostly be wearing my snow gear, so I didn't really bring any outfits for just going out on the ice. But I did bring like dressier outfits for while I'm on the boat. Another important thing, they did mention that we will be seeing tons of wildlife, birds, whales, everything. So I am bringing a pair of Bushnell binoculars. These are going to be really critical for seeing any animals far out off the boat. Near the coastline, there might be penguins as well as whales in the water or near the coastline as well. So it's going to be important to have these bad boys and just be able to see everything in a better light. So I will be bringing those. Okay, next thing we're going to get into is medications. Personally, I'm not big on taking too many medications, but when I travel abroad, I do not mess around. I always make sure that I'm prepared. So I have a few things that are going to be critical for any and all international travel, except for one of them might be a little bit more specific for the boat ride. But yeah, I have some prescriptions as well as just like every day what you have in your medicine cabinet type of things that you're definitely going to want to bring if you're going to be going to Antarctica. First thing, sunscreen. I think people think that it's cold and so they underestimate the power of the sun, but something that's really important to remember about Antarctica is the fact that the snow will reflect the sun and it's going to be very powerful UV. So I actually brought 2 bottles, but just making sure you have enough sunscreen is very important. The next thing, and this is more for Argentina because I will be going to multiple cities in Argentina, so I wanted to be prepared. Personally, I don't like the powerful DEET mosquito repellents unless I'm really going like deep into the Amazon where there's going to be mosquitoes with really deadly diseases like Zika and malaria. I'm going to be just in the city, so I'm just going to bring a few of these, but they're nice little mosquito repellent bracelets that I really love and I bring everywhere with me. The next thing, obviously, Band-Aids, y'all. Any type of injury that you have, you're going to wish you had a Band-Aid, and you don't know if they'll have it. They might, but if they don't, then you're out of Band-Aid. So always bring those with you. The next thing is I have this Burt's Bees hand salve. This has many uses, one of them being dry skin. So many people know that Antarctica is the coldest continent on the planet, but they don't know that it's also the driest continent on the planet. So making sure that your hands are well moisturized. I will also be bringing a full-sized native lotion with me. But the main reason that I wanted to share this right after the Band-Aids is it can actually be used also as ointment underneath your Band-Aids. So you can go ahead and bring that for many different uses. Okay, now we're going to get into the prescriptions that I'll be bringing with me. So these are really important. Most of these I bring on all international trips with me, but some of them, and I will point out, are just for this specific trip. So first things first, the azithromycin, which is a antibiotic for if you get traveler's bugs for your stomach. If you're vomiting or having any type of stomach upset, this is really, really critical to have in case you get any type of food poisoning while in another country. So I always make sure to be stacked up on this, because if you don't have this and you get a stomach bug, you could potentially get worse, or I mean, who wants to be sick on their vacation? So I just like to always have it on hand. The next thing that I'm bringing is ondansetron. And ondansetron I really like because I get a nervous stomach. So it's really important that I'm able to eat on all of my trips. I have had a lot of weight loss problems in the past while traveling because of the anxiety that I get. So these really help with settling the stomach so that I'm able to eat while I'm nervous. The next thing is amoxicillin. This is for if you get an ear infection, an eye infection, or any type of other infection that's not stomach related. While out there, you can go ahead and take these. So I like to have 2 types of antibiotics on deck in case I get any type of infection, because being abroad, you're very likely to get an infection. So it's always good to have those on hand because you can't as easily get them when you're out there. The final thing, and this is super important for if you are going to Antarctica, is scopolamine. I got 2 packs of these because I'm going to be out there for 2 weeks, but it basically is a patch that goes on the back part of your ear, and it lasts, I think, for 3 days each. And it essentially just gets rid of any type of motion sickness you'll be having. So if you do know any cruise that goes to Antarctica has to go through the Drake's Passage, and the boat moves significantly during this time. So a lot of people experience motion sickness, seasickness. So these are going to be really critical for while you're out there. So yeah, that was most of the gear that I'll be packing for Antarctica. There is a few other little things. I got some equipment for my GoPro, just to make sure I can film it all for you guys. And then other than that, I mean, I did pack swimsuits for Argentina. Like I said, it will be the summertime while we're out there, as well as some shorts for hiking, leggings, dresses, just the essential gear that you may need. other than the snow gear, but I mainly wanted to go over the snow gear that I'll be bringing. So if you guys would like to know more about this trip that I have coming up, feel free to comment any videos that you guys would like me to make, and I'd be happy to do that. Thanks for following along on this journey with me, and I'm so excited to take you guys to Antarctica with me. I can't wait, just a few more days, so be patient, and I will be posting those videos for the next month. So tap that notification button and make sure to subscribe to my channel, and let's go traveling. Bye guys.